Hello everyone, Zellerant here, and for today's video on Umamusume, I thought we'd go ahead and take a look at the second unit that will be coming out today, and that is going to be Air Groove, the Wedding Edition. And so we know the next update is going to be the Wedding update that's coming with the Mayano Top Gun, which I covered yesterday, in kind of what she looks like with her kit and all that. Air Groove is quite similar to her normal one, just like Mayano Top Gun is to hers, other than change in ultimate, as well as the skills within her kit. Now, much like we've seen with a lot of other units, they do get buffs later on down the road. So this kit is taking into consideration the buffs that they get much, much later. And that's going to be kind of key with Air Groove, as one of the big things you'll see when you kind of read, if you want to look at the reference guide when it kind of covers them, is it mentions that she is a strong leader unit, or basically your pace chaser, but it's after first anniversary buffs, which we're not going to get until the first anniversary because they're kind of following the Japanese version pretty much to a T. But after that, she pretty much becomes a pretty good pace chaser, as well as being good within just team trials as general, but not really as a parent as a whole. And one of the big things you can kind of tell with her kit when you kind of look through it, first, I mean, if your standard Air Groove stats here, good at turf. So she can do mile and medium mostly, but she can also do shorts. She's a C in shorts, it'll be fairly easy. Long, she could be made possible for that. She's not all the way up to G, but it'll take a bit of work to get her to be capable for long, with it being an E right there. And then she can pretty much do front, pace, or late. Although when it comes to kind of her ultimate here, pace chaser is going to be the main thing you're going to want to utilize her for. And that is because when you kind of take a look at the skill here, Eternal Moments, that's increased velocity when starting to make a move from a position towards the front of the middle of the race. So towards the front, basically in that first half, and you have to be towards the front, so it's got to be in the middle leg, and then order of 3 to 5, because less than equal to 5 here, so between 3 and 5, and then increase target speed at 35%, and then we have it for a duration of 5 seconds. Just remember, this is the post-anniversary buff. One of the things I mentioned that is, she is very bad until then. So one of the big things you're really wanting to think about here is, are you willing to pull for an Uma now, knowing that they're not going to be good until much later? Now, if she's one of your favorite units, of course, you're definitely going to want to pull for them as one of your waifu Uma pulls. But other than that, there's not much really going on in her kit. As we can kind of see here, she has the skills, corner acceleration, unyielding spirit, pace chaser corners. Then we down have in the awakening skills, pace chaser savvy, big sisterly, which is a mile skill, increases passing ability. And so this one is the gold version of unyielding spirit. And then you have ramp up and corner connoisseur. So I wouldn't consider these to be too terrible, but nothing too crazy right here. Going to be very specific to specific races that she might be kind of good at, but I don't really see her as being a meta unit in anything in that capacity. And they have the evolutions, which we won't have to worry about for a while until the evolutions kind of come out here. And then that's pretty much it. You have her skills from events, home stretch, haste, go with the flow, and up tempo. And yeah, that is Air Groove, the Wedding Edition. I don't really see any crazy reasons specifically to pull for her specifically. Mayano Top Gun is the more interesting one on this banner. So if she's one of your favorites, you'll be pulling for her for that reason. But the nice thing is about this banner is if you like either of them and you're pulling for one of them, you have always the potential of getting the other one because they are the rate ups on the banner, which is really nice for that. But just like with Mayano Top Gun, one of the reasons that you're not going to want to pull for her is because right after is coming the big Seiyun Sky, which is the meta pull when it comes to inherits, because she has one of the best ultimates to inherit for your front runners. And so for that alone, it makes Air Groove a skip. She's nothing too crazy, especially now because she doesn't have those buffs until after the first anniversary. And then even after that, you're wanting to continue to save your pulls even after her, for the future, which is going to be what, one, I think these go together, yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so 5 banners away. Then we have Summer Ruzinski, which is then going to be the big front runner meta with her. Biggest thing being that not only does she have a good unique, but a lot of built-in stamina skill right here. So overall, a lot of big stuff coming up that kind of makes a lot of the Umas around now kind of bad pickups, unless they're your favorite. Of course, you should definitely be pulling for your favorite, because you can make any Uma in this game. Like I've said many times, any Uma can win pretty much anything. People have made Urara just win pretty much long turf CMs before. It takes a lot of work and a lot of parent grinding to get there, but it is possible to pull it off. And so that's pretty much it, though, for Wedding Air Groove. Like I said, nothing too crazy. An easy skip for a majority of people. Just save those pulls if you have plenty of them still. For Seiyun Sky. And if you're not, if you have to skip her because you just don't have the pulls, then you have Summer Ruzinski coming up not too long after, which will be a really big pickup when it comes to having a front runner for the champions meetings. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. If you like my content, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.